Okay, so let's talk about why it's also 1/8 to see heads, tails, heads for the first time on round 4.
Well, I think I have an idea why.
Okay.
This one doesn't matter at all what it is.
Why?
Because we're looking specifically at, we want to get it on round 4.
All right, well, okay, right, but that means we don't want to get it on round 3.
So we don't want this to be a head.
How come?
Because then there's a chance we could get a head, tail, head.
There's a chance, yeah, there's a chance. But we're going to assume this is what we're seeing for the first time. We're seeing our first head, tail, head on round 4. So that means we know 2 was a head, 3 was a tail, 4 was a head. Right?
Yeah.
So if this was a head, did we see our sequence
no.
ahead of time?
And if that was a
ahead
tail.
of time?
Ha!
Ha! And if it was a tail,
We didn't.
could we have?
No.
No.
So
No.
it doesn't. That's why it doesn't matter.
So it's interesting. Flip 1 doesn't seem to matter in this case when we see head, tail, head for the first time on round 4.
Yeah.
What about head, tail, tail?
Head, tail, tail. Well, since you have it still doesn't matter if you're looking for head, tail, tail.
Because you're getting a head there.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
you
so
need
you
tail
can
there.
you can see now we needed this specific sequence on round 2, 3, 4, and we got it.
Yeah.
And then we got it, and it's a half times a half times a half.
Well, if the first time we saw it was on round 6, you have 3 open slots, and that might get a little difficult.
It might get a little difficult. Let's see what happens on round 5, though.
Alright.
Okay. So let's see if we can understand round 5. So our two sequences are head, and head, tail, tail. And we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's look at, let's say, head, tail, head here.
Tail, head.
Well, if this is a head,
And
this can't be a tail.
Oh, interesting. See, now it's starting to get complicated.
Yeah.
So now, for the head, tail, head sequence, this matters.
It matters.
Those two matter now. So now you have to start doing case-by-case counting about what's going on. Let's look at head, tail, tail.
Tail, tail. Well, it still doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because if you get a head and a tail, you have a head there.
So you didn't match your sequence. Oh, wait a minute. We've just found on round 5 there's a difference between this sequence and this sequence for getting the first time you see it on round 5. With head, tail, head, now there was a restriction over here.
Yeah.
We couldn't go head, tail in the beginning.
But this doesn't matter.
So
still.
For head, tail, tail, you can do anything you want in the beginning.
Yeah, so you get this one more often. So you have more of a chance of getting this one, because you can do anything in the beginning.
Which one are you pointing to?
You have more of a chance of getting head, tail, tail.
You have more of a chance of getting head, tail, tail on round 5, it seems, than you do of getting head, tail, head on round 5.
Because head, tail, head, you can only do it 3/4 of the time.
And the previous ones had no restrictions, and then the
Yeah.
upcoming ones had.
some restrictions.
So we think it's more likely to get head, tail, head on round 5.
Head, tail, tail.
Head, tail, tail, sorry, on round 5 than it is to get head, tail, head on round 5. Should we go back to the computer program?
All right.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look.